It's all those sorts of emotions that we get to bring to the event. And so pulling on those heartstrings, right? And marketing ourselves as that type of experience for our clients is how we make it profitable. And one of the things that we try to make sure that we do is allow our clients to see themselves at our cart. That's how we market, right? We try to say, we position ourselves so that you see yourself getting your scoop of ice cream. You see your kids standing there with the cone, all those sorts of things. And so we want to pull on that because then that's the people, our clients say, I want that.
Welcome to This Might Get Creative, a Behind the Brand podcast by Line Creatives. I'm Svenja Line, and in each episode, I sit down with local business owners and entrepreneurs to share their stories, how they got started, what keeps them going, and what makes their business stand out. My goal? To help more amazing businesses be seen, supported, and celebrated. So grab your coffee, because this might just get creative. Welcome back to This Might Get Creative, a Behind the Brand podcast by Line Creatives, where we explore the real stories and systems behind creative businesses. Today's episode is all about what it actually takes to turn a creative vision into a sustainable, scalable business. I'm joined by Lizendra Danforth, a dynamic entrepreneur, speaker, and industry leader with more than 2 decades of experience in hospitality and event planning. Lizendra is the CEO of Studio D Meetings and Events, a premier destination meeting firm, and the owner of Confetti Carts, a luxury ice cream catering company built around joy, celebration, and experience design. In this conversation, we're talking about how creative ideas become profitable businesses, the systems behind the scenes, and how Lizendra balances creativity, leadership, and growth. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Svenja. So glad to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you. So to start things off, tell us a little bit about you. And you have 2 very different businesses, so maybe you can explain a little more.
Yes, absolutely. So I've been in the event industry for over 20 years. And so I have really this has been my career. I haven't done anything else. And once I got into the event industry space, it really became my passion. I knew this is what I wanted to do. And so 4 years ago, I started Studio D, Meetings and Events, and decided I was leaving corporate America and was going to focus on my passion and push my vision for running an event firm. And so Studio D is a destination meeting planning firm. We take you wherever you want to go. And so we really, because of my background in hospitality and tourism and, just really travel, all those sorts of things, that's how we created Studio D, is to really be able to take the client to whatever destination, both nationally and internationally, and create these experiences. We only do corporate meetings and conferences, that sort of thing. And so, it's not, sometimes when you think of meetings and conferences, that it's not the pretty florals and designs and all those sorts of things, but we create experiences. And so we really do talk with our clients about what their mission and vision is for the conference and what they want their attendees to leave with. And then we build the event from there. And so we create these great experiences for them. And then that is really how Confetti Carts was created. One of our clients, we were saying, as a repeat client, we've done this event multiple times. It was like, how do we continue to build the wow factor? And, with food and beverage, you sometimes get the same things, and so I had the idea of, what if we served ice cream as one of the breaks? And that what if turned into an entire business.
That's awesome.
This would be really cool if we were able to just roll the ice cream in. And having some conversation with a colleague in the industry, Confetti Carts was made. And we love it. And so Confetti Carts, we brand ourselves as a luxury ice cream catering company. And so we do weddings and corporate events, children parties, bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, you name it. If it's a gathering, we say we can be there. And so the fun part about confetti carts is that we say we bring joy. And
Yes.
most people love ice cream. We were very, very intentional about making sure that we have ice cream for all dietary restrictions for the best that we can with ice cream. And because we want to bring joy, we want everyone to experience that. So Studio D is the logistics and the planning, and then the confetti carts is the cherry on top, you know?
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
when I looked at your website, it was so cool. I'm like, I want to have a confetti, like a ice cream cart. I want to do that. It was so refreshing and fun, you know.
I love that. Good.
Yeah. And it's funny that you mentioned that you left corporate America, because of many conversations with other women and business owners that really did not enjoy, you know, the corporate world. And I'm part of that as well. So, so looking back, did you always see yourself as an entrepreneur, or did that just evolve after working in corporate?
No, actually, when I graduated college, I lived in Asheville, North Carolina, and as I was thinking about what I wanted to do as my career, I moved into events, and I started working for. I had, various opportunities, but then I was like, I want to start a wedding company, right? And so I could totally do this. I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit about me, right? Like creating my own space. And so I started my first company and did very well. And then after I got married and had children, then I kind of pulled back a little bit and was like, this needs to be my focus, because when you're an entrepreneur, especially starting out, that's your baby. Yep. That's your baby.
Great.
It's like, that's where your focus is. And so I decided to focus on our children, and then it really was not only focus on my children and family, but also was an opportunity for me to really expand myself as a professional. Because coming right out of college and doing the weddings and inserting myself into the city to be able to, do these events, like I said, we did very well. But at some point as an entrepreneur, you need to say, where do I need to learn, And so I took that time while I was in corporate America to soak it all in, right? What was the larger companies doing? How were they doing large events? Taking opportunity to educate myself and get my certifications and, take advantage of being in corporate America so that I could expand myself professionally and expand my knowledge and growth and all those sorts of things. So I really did use it as the advantage. And then once the children, got a little bit older, that it started to come back and to say, now it's time, and then I don't know about you, but I know, a lot of times we get comfortable in corporate America, right? Because it's that steady paycheck, it's the routine, and entrepreneurship can be so uncertain sometimes because swim or sink, you got to do it. And so I found myself starting to get a little comfortable, even though I knew I wanted to step out of corporate America. It's like, well, I kind of like knowing that my paycheck is coming every month, So it took a little bit of being uncomfortable in the space for me to say, nope, I'm going to bet on me, And so that's what I did.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I used to work for corporate, and it was in marketing. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. I'm a graphic designer, but marketing is part of it, but it's not really creative.
Yes.
So, and then I had my daughters, and I was kind of forced to leave. And that's when I started Online Creatives. That was in, oh my God, 2010.
Wow.
Had different names back then, but
Yeah.
that was a long time ago. But yes, I mean, I grew up, my parents are entrepreneurs. So I grew up in that environment. So I really enjoy it, and I prefer it over being stuck in a cubicle.
Yes, 100%. That freedom, right?
Yes, and it's more exciting. It's
Yes.
more, you have to learn new things. You have to challenge yourself. You have to always learn. There's always something that you need to learn. And yeah, I do like that.
Yes, me too.
Yes. So talking about joy, right?
Yes.
So confetti cards is centered around joy and celebration and fun, but it's also a serious business. So how do you turn a fun idea into like a profitable brand?
Well, I looked at it from this perspective that it's ice cream, right? But then I was like, you know what? It's not just ice cream. It's an emotion, right? It's an experience. And so whether it's your bride who they're just getting married, this is their first wedding, this is going to be a part of their pictures, and the experience that their guests will have, that they'll be talking about for years to come. Like, oh my gosh, you had an ice cream cart at your reception, right? And so it's that, but then it's also from a corporate standpoint where your staff comes out of their office and we have these beautiful ice cream carts, and it's all they can eat ice cream in 3:00 in the day, right? And so it's the emotion of appreciation that our employer said that we appreciate you and we want to have a sweet treat for you. Or it's the kid who's turning 5 and they run out to their birthday party and they're like, oh my God, we have ice cream. It's all those sorts of emotions that we get to bring to the event. And so pulling on those heartstrings, right? And marketing ourselves as that type of experience for our clients is how we make it profitable. And one of the things that we try to make sure that we do is allow our clients to see themselves at our cart. That's how we market, right? We try to say, we position ourselves so that you see yourself getting your scoop of ice cream. You see your kids standing there with the cone.
Yes.
All those sorts of things. And so we want to pull on that, because then that's our clients say, I want that. And so that's how we build our revenue and position ourselves, thinking about the client and what their experience would be.
Yes, I mean, that is your brand. That is who you are. And that is, your mission. And and I like that. And so when you just started, so what were some of those early decisions that helped confetti cards feel polished and premium rather just playful?
Well, as I stated earlier, I've been in events for a long time. And so when I'm picking a vendor, I'm always thinking about the experience for the client. And so, I really wanted to make sure that when we were branding that, we had that in mind from the beginning. And so much so that we actually designed our carts to be all white. We because we didn't want our branding on the cart. All of our logos and branding are magnetic. So then that way we can take them on and off. And we can brand the cart for the guest or for the client. So, for example, you can change the umbrella colors out to match whatever aesthetics of the event. But if we have a corporate client and they want their logo on it, we can design, have them send us their files, and we'll design their logo and put it, or print their logo rather, and put it on the front of the cart. So then the cart's a part of their event. Or we're putting the bride's monograms on the front of the cart, or, whatever, because we really want the cart to represent them. Now, there's some events that we go to that we can put our branding on and those sorts of things, and we definitely take advantage of that. And then we have, these cute little magnetic signs that always go at the bottom so they know it's from Confetti Cart. But we had that in mind, right? We want the cart to not just be something that's rolled in or, that's just there or just like a freezer with just ice cream in it. We wanted the cart to be a part of the decor, a part of the experience, a part of the aesthetics, and so we were very, very intentional about that.
That is so cool. I really like that idea of giving the stage to the specific event that you are hosting. Is that the right word? But
Yes.
the
Yes.
specific event that that people really enjoy their own space
Yes.
with this. So I really like that.
Yes.
That's
And
very
it's different
nice.
every time.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It never looks the same. It's always different because we created the space, we create the cart, we create the experience depending on the client. And that's one of our questions we always ask, right? Is how do you see us a part of your event?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, let's do that.
Yeah. So just so for my understanding, so confetti card is separate but kind of also integrated. So when you organize an event, that is like an add-on that
Right.
you offer to the service.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
It's
Okay.
its own business, because there's most of our clients, it's their event and they're wanting us, we're the vendor. But we have the option to, when we're planning conferences and meetings, if it's in Columbus where we live, then we can have the carts there.
Okay. That's awesome. So I want to dive a little bit more into community and collaboration and growth.
Yeah.
So how has being rooted in the local creative and business community influenced your growth?
It has been vital. Vital. And so, and the reason why I say that is because, Svenja, when I speak at conferences and have the opportunity to do things like this, I talk a lot about networking. And that is just so vital when you're a business owner, right? And so we all have our own personalities, right? Whether or not you're introverted or extroverted, and or a little bit of both. We moved to Columbus 2 years ago, my family and I, from Florida. And so moving to a city where we had no family, we didn't know anyone, right? It was very important for me to insert myself into the community. Start going to Chamber of Commerce meetings when I'm meeting people that say, let's go have coffee. And then at those coffee meetings saying, who should I know? And we have, Columbus is such a great city. Working with the Chamber and the Experience Columbus, the Visitors Bureau, all those sorts of things, they were very eager to say, you should meet this person and you should meet this person, and really making those connections. And so that's been vital for our business because when we started here, we didn't already have a community, right? And so networking and going out and saying, this is who we are, right? And doing a lot of, initially we did a lot of partnership events. I offered our services for free.
Yeah.
For certain partnerships. Well, I would say for free for some of them, but but I say free, but the return for me was more connections, that then turned into more business.
Yeah.
So it was strategic. And so it was to get us out there and not just go out and pass out business cards and say, hey, we're Confetti Carts, this is what we do, but let them see the cart and let them taste the ice cream and create this buzz, right, of who we are, what we do, what we offer, and the experience that we bring when we come to events. And so a part of the community has really been our marketing.
Yeah, I really like that because that's what I started doing this last year as well. Because as a designer, you sit behind your computer and you're comfortable there,
Yes.
It's like you create and but meeting new people and getting actually to, I'm also a member of the local BNI group. So,
Okay.
and I don't know if you're familiar with
I
BNI, but you
am.
have
Yeah.
to, yes, so you have to have these 60 seconds of where every week you say who you are.
Yes.
And for me, that has been very good practice in general, just to really focus on who am I
Yes.
and what do I really offer?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's too easy to just say, oh, yes, sure, I can do it all. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But to really focus on who is your client, who is your target group, and who do you want to serve, I think you only learn that when you network with other people and repeatedly do it.
Absolutely. Being a part of the community, it didn't just give us business, it shaped our business.
Yes.
Yeah. We just did a post on social media, and I kind of tagged it "The Smiles Behind Confetti Cards." And it really was our vendor partners that was at events or that referred us, and clients that were at events that were by our carts and enjoying our ice cream. And it really is our community. It really is our clients. It's the people that we've networked with. It's other event planners that have told their clients, you should use confetti carts. That's really shaped who we are. And those are the smiles behind confetti carts.
That's awesome. So, but confetti carts is only in
Columbus.
Your local, right? Yeah. So you don't have any other locations.
Not yet. Right
Not
now,
yet,
we've been in business with confetti carts for 2 years, and for Studio D 4. And so again, Studio D, we can go wherever across the country to plan events. And so we do a lot of networking with other visitor bureaus across the country, and networking with other planners and DMOs across the country, because we want to make sure that we're giving the clients the best experience. And what better to do that than to call your friend who works at the Visitors Bureau or, the CVB in Tampa, and say, I have a client. What restaurant should we go to? What should we do? That's far more of a better reach than me getting on Google to find the restaurant. It's that word of mouth. And so whether it's nationally or locally, networking is vital.
Absolutely agree.
Yes.
Absolutely agree. Yes. So I had a conversation with someone, and a topic that came up was that how it was stressful last year in terms of marketing and in general. And I think everybody felt it, even like social media, just to keep up with social media, with marketing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So, so as someone who plans, creates, and manages teams and, leads strategy, how do you protect your creativity from burnout?
I really do try to make sure I create space for it. And so let me tell you what I mean by that is I literally put everything in the calendar to say, this is my time to be on LinkedIn, right? I've blocked out time on my calendar to say, this is my social media time, right? That I'm going to work on LinkedIn posts. I'm going to, do things that I need to do to help market from a social standpoint, and, then I take time and I schedule, this is my creative time where I'm blocking off, where I'm not having meetings, right? It's the phone is on, do not disturb. It goes to the voicemail, so that I can have a structured time to just let my brain be. Because a lot of times you have a lot of distractions, and then you're going like, oh, I need to keep up, or, oh, I need to, get back on social. Did someone like my post? All the notifications, right? That's coming up that distract us. And so for me to prevent burnout, I really had to create a place of discipline. And I've been able to thrive from that, right? And so it's an everyday decision, right? Because it's so many things to distract us, right? And so it's really just being disciplined to say, this is my time to do LinkedIn, right? And so, no, I can't do it at 2. No, I can't do it as I'm running out. No, I can't do it when I'm standing at the grocery store in the line, when I'm like waiting, right? Like, this is my time to do that. And so creating those boundaries so that I could give myself time to be creative, right? To like block out the noise. And so you give yourself space really to be creative. And so having that discipline is, like I said, a daily decision because there's so many distractions, but I really do try to make sure that I'm following that plan for myself so that I can be successful in all the hats that you have to wear, but really focusing on that. I know that the creative part is really what's going to help push us forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I feel, especially with social media, is that sometimes it feels, if you're at a task that feels hard or that you don't want to do, or maybe you're stuck in, you can't be creative in that moment. It's so easy to just go and scroll on Instagram and then just to distract yourself,
and more
for
fun.
hours. Yeah. Well, I don't know, because in the end, I never feel accomplished after.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I spent 30 minutes just to look at Stranger Things memes.
Right.
Like what does this even do? Like, this is not a good use of my time.
You're right.
And
you're right.
You're I don't know, and this is very briefly, but have you heard about that Stranger Things theory that there's going to be a new episode? I don't even know, but I got dragged into this hole. I'm like, oh my God, this can't even be true. So I'm like, oh my God, no, let's not do this. I like that you mentioned that you have a structured time where you schedule posts, you create posts, and you're not being distracted. So I do something similar. I have like Mondays, once a month, I schedule out all my social posts.
Yes.
For the next month. So I don't even need to think about it. And all I have to think about is then in that time to really connect with the community that you're trying to build.
Yes.
To reply to comments, to reply to posts. And yes, that was a big... It's hard. I'm not perfect. Absolutely not. Because I do fall into this hole sometimes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Even with, like you were saying, even with your scheduled posts, you still have to have time to like respond and, engage in social media so that you're a part of the algorithm, right? Like you're being engaging. But, like you said, it's so easy when you're doing that to fall into the minutia, right? Just scrolling through, and at that moment, you're like, oh my gosh, that happened, or let me save this, or let me, screenshot that, or whatever. And then after 30 minutes or an hour, you're like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to be working on. I was supposed to answer one and
that I didn't want to do, but yeah.
Yes.
It is tough, yes. And do you ever feel yourself going back to those posts that you saved?
It's not all the time.
Yeah.
No.
Recipes, maybe.
Recipes, and it's when you're sitting on the couch and you're like, oh, I should do this. And some of them are really good that it may be for work. And then I'm like, but I don't have time to go back, because it's always something new. It's now a new thing today, and so the things you screenshot or saved yesterday, it's your brain and your mind is now on the new thing that's on there. And so I try to, and I was literally just saying this morning, I need to find time because I just saved all these things, right? To go back to that because that may be helpful for my business or that sort of thing. And so I'm gonna have to schedule it. Because for me personally, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen, right? And, being a mother, it only takes one child to come and then say, can I have this? Or I need that, and now
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, right? you have now 30 other things to do, and you never go back to the thing. If you didn't write it down or didn't schedule it, you won't go back to it.
Exactly.
We just have
No,
so many things pulling for our attention,
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think scheduling and making it part of your day so that you have time then
Yes.
after to spend time with your kids and really be there and not
really
scrolling on
be
social
there,
media.
Svenja. Really
Yeah.
be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are a leader in your community, in your business.
Yeah.
And has your leadership style evolved over time?
Thing that really I'm involved in as a leader is making my team understand that this isn't just my business, it's our business.
I love that.
And so when they're out for confetti carts, particularly, if they're out at an event and, they're serving, they're the ones that's serving, and so the client's guests, they're seeing the smiles on our teams, on the faces of our team members. It's like they're the ones that are making sure the cart looks beautiful and elegant and clean and everything's served well and in excellence and that sort of thing. And so they're the ones that are in the pictures that the clients are taking, and they're the ones that the clients are calling to say, hey, I saw you guys at this event and I want you at my event. Well, that was because of the experience that my team members gave them. Right.
Yeah.
And so the more that they're able to do that, the better we are as a company. And so I really try to make sure that they know that this is our business.
Yes. The pride and the company culture that it helps your business grow, and that's part of your brand, part of you, who you are, part of your mission and vision.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So there is lots of people that are starting out and that want to create their own business, and they want to build it, but they don't know where to start. So what advice would you give them?
One, I have 3 points about that. One would be passion. You have to be passionate about what you do. It's don't start a business because you think it's going to make you a lot of money. It's like you have to be very passionate about it. When you're passionate about something, you give 200%. And so it's even when it's hard. Even when the clients may or may not be coming in, or you're having to do late nights or early mornings, you do that when you're passionate about, what your business is. The second thing I would say is don't wait until you feel ready. You're never going to be ready.
Never.
There is always things you have to do, or when I say ready, I mean waiting until I have enough money, or wait till I have enough this or enough that. You're never going to feel ready because of all the things, right, that comes along with being an entrepreneur. Just do it. It's make the first post, create the business name, go out and, get your EIN number. Take that first step to say, yes, I'm going to do that today. I'm going to just do it. So then that way, once you make that first step, it motivates you to take the next and to take the next. It's if you're wanting to, take a class, do that, right? So that it prepares you for your business. But don't wait until you feel ready to do it. And then the third thing I would say is always operate in excellence. If you're, a hairstylist or, do it with excellence. Show up on time. Do your very best. Give your client a bottle of water, whatever that might be, for them to feel your personal touch, right? If you're, in graphic design, do it to your utmost ability and over communicate with your clients and, all the things that comes with it. Whatever your industry is, you do it with excellence, and you will always have that repeat client. You will always feel good about your product because you gave your very best, right? And people, there are too many options now, for people to choose from. And now with AI and Canva and all these sorts of things, there's different tools and websites where a lot of things people can do on their own that a lot of our service industries, we were the specialists, right? And so it really takes that personal touch of you giving 200%. And I always say operate in excellence.
Yes. No, it has to be going back to company culture. That has to go back to your mission, your vision. How do you want the client to feel? And that's what you have to present. And, that can be, in your case, it's very emotional and direct with people. Like, for example, that you're able to change the logo, that you change the cards to their branding. This is part of your vision to make them feel great.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
So what's one mistake that you see business or creative entrepreneurs or in general entrepreneurs make early on?
To do too much, keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah.
It's when you're a creative, it's very, like we are, right? It's very easy to say, I want to do this and do this and do this and do this. And then after you start it, then you're like, oh, I should also add this and add this and add this. It's the way our brains work, right? It's how we move is what makes us move is that creative side. And so just honing in, being disciplined, like we talked about earlier, right? Honing in on what your specialty is, what you're going to offer, and then keeping that the main thing. And when you do that, now you're able to what's the word I want to say? You hone in on it, but you really just make that your specialty, right?
Yes, your niche. You find your niche that you want.
Yes. You find your niche. This is my specialty. This is what I'm an expert in, right? And then you can give all of that. You can do that in essence because you're not stretched so thin, because you're trying to do so much, right? Like this is what I can offer you. And then you kill it. You do that and you do that well.
And I think that is a problem a lot of new businesses have. And that's when I first started, that was me including that.
Absolutely.
Because there's probably not, like in the beginning, you think you can do it all. I can do my own finances. I can do my own marketing. I can do the stuff that I have to do for others. And all of a sudden you are everything.
Yes.
And I feel that can lead to an absolute burnout in the long game, because you can't do all of these things.
Right.
And like, I'm a graphic designer. I am not an accountant, and
Correct.
I have no idea.
Yes.
So I need that help, because for me, it's not worth my time to learn what an accountant does, because first of all, I have no interest in. Second of all, I would have to go to school for that.
Yes.
So I like, as much as you're able to, hire the expert that can really do it for you.
Oh my gosh.
In your case,
yes,
hire someone that can plan the wedding. Hire someone that can really help you make it special.
Yes.
So that you do not need to focus on that. You can focus on what you can do best.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Hire the professionals.
I mean, we kind of talked about this question already, but if someone wants their business to be sustainable long term, what should they prioritize first?
Systems. I think once you've decided, what your business is, what your main thing is, what am I going to offer, right? I think before you jump out and just start doing it, right, that you should put your systems in place, because to me, that's a part of excellence. It's what do your contracts look like? How are you going to intake the client? What's their intake process? Even down to the phone calls, right? Like when they call, what are the steps that they need? Are you going to take when you have them on the phone? How are you going to close them? You know, when you have them on the phone or via email, what's their intake experience? Because then that also determines how, if they purchase from you, if they're going to sign the contract. And then once they've signed the contract, what's the process to take payments? What's the process to say thank you? You know, at the end, it's like, so understanding creating those systems, understanding the systems that you need, and creating them is ground zero to me. You know, you really have to do that. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we have a lot of zeal and excitement, and you just jump right on in. And then your client is upset because they didn't get their contract, or it was, you know, not done well, or they couldn't figure out how to pay, or, you know, all the things that kind of come with it. But then that also helps you operate more, because as the business is coming in, which is what we want, you're able to handle that influx of business because you have the systems in place.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. So, looking into the future, where are you headed? What excites you most about, you know, your future, the business, confetti cards, anything special planned, any, you know, cool upcoming things this year?
We 2025 was a big growth year for us. And so we're looking forward to all the events and the clients that we get to serve again. And, you know, with our type of business, with confetti cards and with Studio D, sometimes it's one and done, right? Like that bride gets married once, right?
Yeah.
You know, hopefully, you know, and, you know, we're looking forward to a great new year. Our team is very excited, because we're now going into our second year with confetti cards. Our team members know what to expect, you know, for a full season. And we're just looking forward to great things and continuing to add joy and, or like we say, sprinkle joy at all the events that we do. We're looking forward to 2026 being an incredible year.
Awesome. Well, good luck. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen.
Yes.
And so what I like asking at the end of the podcast is a fun fact about you. And you shared some with me. Not sure if you remember what you shared, but I thought that was pretty cool. Do you remember? Or I can tell you.
Oh, no, you have to tell me. We were having such great conversation. Run on.
You that you said you performed at Carnegie Hall?
Oh, yes. Before getting into events, my undergraduate degree is in vocal performance, classical vocal performance, actually.
Oh.
And so I just knew I had the desire to sing all over the country, to sing at the Met, all those sorts of things.
Wow.
And so I never made it to the Met, but I did have the opportunity to sing in the Lincoln Center, the Kennedy Center, as well as Carnegie Hall. And
that's awesome.
Right out of college, before I started my first company, I actually sang with the Asheville Lyric Opera, and that was my job right out of college for a few years. Yeah. And then my control part of my being, right, was like, probably need to get a job. You know,
that's pretty impressive.
I can
like
do this forever because it's fun and I love it, and you know it pays the bills. But as you get older, you need to kind of, you know, make those adult decisions. And so I still absolutely love to sing. But grateful for my career in events.
Yeah. So you must be then, I'm just assuming this, but I'm pretty sure that you're very comfortable standing on the stage and presenting to a group of people. Yes. I'm just mentioning it because I signed up for, I think it was in March this year, to speak in front of high school kids in the school about graphic design. Kind of freaking out. My daughter is not helping because she's like, oh, you need to be funny and you need to be this and you need to talk about this and you need to be like this and you have to have a story. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I sign up for?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, well, thank you so much. And that was an amazing conversation. And it was such a great reminder that a strong brand is about more than just the looks and the aesthetics. It's about systems, intention, and the ability to turn creativity into something sustainable. If someone would like to get in contact with you, where can they find you?
Well, you can visit me. My website is lazendradanforth.com. I am at Lazendra Danforth on all social media platforms. And if you're in the Columbus area, you can visit us for Confetti Carts. It's is on all social media, and that's confetti with a K. And our website is confetticarts.com. So we make it very easy for you to find us and connect.
Awesome. And I will link it all in the show notes in the little blog post that I'm going to write. So I love how open you shared all your wisdom and all your behind the scenes of building and running a creative business. And like I said, I'm going to link all the links to Confetti Cards and Studio D meetings and events in the show notes. And if this episode resonated with you, be sure to share it or leave a review. It helps this show reach more creative entrepreneurs. Thanks for listening to This Might Get Creative, a Behind the Brand podcast by Lion Creatives. Until next time. Thanks for listening to This Might Get Creative, a Behind the Brand podcast by Lion Creatives. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the show and share it with someone who loves discovering local businesses and creative entrepreneurs. You can learn more about my work at lioncreatives.com or find me on Instagram, lion.creatives, and LinkedIn at Lion Creatives. Until next time, keep showing up, keep creating, and keep getting seen.